In a full-out series against Team Liquid, but this opening perhaps is just what they need. A Timbersaw pick and a first blood to go with it. Shopify, if they're going to finally win a full-out series, 2-0 against Team Liquid, this is a very, very promising start, Avery.
Best chance they've had in a long time. I mean, they have first blood, I think. I haven't seen that for them in a long time, so already off to the races. Too easy for Saber-Teasy. It's a lot of extra gold in the Beastmaster's pocket.
I will also say that leading up to this, I felt, watching Shopify yesterday, I was like, damn, this team, I actually like watching this team.
Yeah,
and
they were
I
fun.
haven't felt that way in quite some time. I was watching them this morning against Nine Pandas. I love what they're doing.
Yeah,
it feels aggressive. It feels chaotic a little bit. It feels a little bit inspired. I love it.
One might even question, is it the same team?
Has the premier North American team been replaced by OpenAI clones?
Let's look at the timeline, right?
Uh-huh.
Valve releases a patch that bans all Smurfs from Dota.
Yeah.
A premise, to dissuade people from playing on alternate accounts or pretending to be other people.
Sure, yeah.
And suddenly, Shopify just becomes a new team.
You're on.
Coincidence?
I think not.
I'm just asking the questions. No, I don't know.
We're just asking questions here.
Yeah, it's an interesting idea. And there's some interesting ideas in this game. One of the things I like is that, this Furion, yeah, he's obnoxious. He's annoying. He sprouts. He creates trees. But, hey, you have two heroes. In fact, a couple of heroes that use the trees against him.
Yeah.
The Timbersaw can Timber Chain in and get huge whirling death buffs. And the Hoodwink is very good because you're sprouting in the middle of the fight. It just gives free trees for this Bushwhack to come in and latch people up. So it's an interesting idea, right? This Hoodwink has been Shopify's answer to the Furion for a lot of reasons. But, I mean, the Scurry's nice. You get out of the Sprout. It's just a high burst hero that can catch them on the map. It's a very interesting support-to-support matchup, which sometimes doesn't weigh that heavily, but it's something Shopify's opted for, and I kind of look forward to seeing how it progresses in this game. Of course, you have Shadow Poison, can go through Sprout.
Ah, yes, the classic Shadow Poison counter to Sprout.
That's right.
I was wondering where the third one was going to be.
That goes all the way back to TI2, in fact. Joe talked about the Sprout counter, and it was Shadow Demon Poison.
Yeah, of course.
Natural enemy of the tree formation. And, I mean, this is another hero in the Timbersaw that I feel like Nisha was the guy from Europe who really brought it into the mid lane a couple patches ago and was like, this is a dominant mid laner, I'm going to show you how to play it. Now it's getting used against them, but it's not a hero we've seen recently, and I think the Timbersaw lost a lot of momentum, especially with just the armor nerfs. And then you had the period where you go 2 points in armor, you max all those other spells, you get really fast Kaya, Spell Amp, and you just take over the map. That also fell off to a certain degree. So I'm wondering if Ovid's going to have the same pace and impact we're used to seeing out of the mid-Timber, and if he does, yeah, it's a pretty dirty Timbersaw pick as the panel is talking about. I mean, there's not much to stop him here. No real spell damage in the tank, no real control. Just going to be a feeding frenzy. And we saw Ovid has been having a hell of a tournament so far, So
it sounds like to me you're saying that Shopify's lineup wins in 90% of patches, but maybe this patch, Timbersaw is underpowered enough. Maybe Nature's Prophet is a good enough hero to make it work anyway.
I think Shopify have some small advantages in like the first 15-20 minutes that if they build on them, they're going to be in a really solid spot. And it's going to force Liquid into a position where they have to go into the PA scale. Now, if Liquid gets to the PA scale, and then the Kunkka Brew are tanking up, they can frontline, and you're throwing these huge crit daggers. You have the Vessel and the Furion, right? At that point, I think their lineup can outfight Shopify and win in that late game. It's just a question of in what position do you get there and how much do you lose in the meantime. And especially for these two supports, quick tree cut, pretty nice. Might save
that is not first blood. In fact, I forgot we saw that the very, very early start of the game, but it is going to be a 1-for-1 trade-off.
Yeah, but this is a 2-on-3 basically, right? These are your Furion ports to top that are very pivotal in this game. You already have the helm up on the Beast. He doesn't really care. It does not feel great for boxing. I mean, the only thing he killed in this lane was a Sentry Ward. You really want momentum for this hero, and especially for this support duo, because like we saw in some of the games this tournament, Kunkka's making a resurgence. But the downside of Kunkka in the current meta is he builds tanky. He does not offer you too much damage. I prefer to see this hero with high damage supports to make up for it. When you have low damage supports behind this hero, sometimes you go into that mid game and you can't kill anything.
Yeah.
Who's doing anything? And that's what I fear for Liquid. That's my big concern with it.
Ooh, the fourth poison doesn't quite latch onto Zai, and that might have been enough damage. I mean, the damage amps up pretty quickly. If he hit number 5, I think it's probably a kill.
Oh, yeah, 5 for sure. 4, yeah, he can actually go to the magic resistance on the Brewmaster.
Oh, that's a good point.
With double bracer, it's probably enough.
Yeah.
An extra 10%. Not too shabby. Also, bracers, man. Bracers are some good stuff this patch, I'm telling you, man.
Yeah.
I don't know how it changes so for you. It's like some patches are Wraith Band patches, some
yeah, it was
patches
just
are
a
null.
Wraith Band patch because everybody liked the
It
armor.
was a Wraith Band patch. It was originally the null patch with the Coddle buying 5 nulls and Storm Spirit nulls. You remember that?
Yeah, yeah.
Now it's the time of the bracer has come, my friend. You must embrace it.
That simply has to be just the heroes, right? Because the items themselves did not get changed.
I mean,
at least the Wraith Band to Bracer.
Wraith Band and Null just got nerfed a bit. And I think the regen from Bracer is nice on a lot of heroes that don't normally build a regen item.
I thought people just liked the damage from Bracer. That was my assumption.
No, I actually think it's the minor health regen that feels nice on the map. You just stay out on the map longer and you slowly regen up. I actually think it feels pretty good on some of these universal heroes too. Like these Wind Ranger Maranas that you wouldn't normally build a bracer. You just build a casual bracer, and then you're just good to go.
Okay. Up to top lane once again, trying to get aggressive onto Insania. This time it will not work. And now we're getting the trade-offs from the Nature's Prophet that Liquid wants to see. In fact, they have to see because, again, their lineup is facing up against a pretty dirty Timbersaw pick, and they got to be able to get some sort of advantage out of the lane somehow.
And the one lane you can do it is that top lane. One, it's going to create some momentum for Boxy in terms of net worth, but two, you're going to get levels for the Phantom as fast.
Oh no, he's not going to get it. It's going to be a hasted Abed. Nisha has to immediately TP away. Is this enough damage? It is.
That is brutal right there. I
mean, no.
The haste didn't even get him the kill. It was just raw damage with the Shadow Demon rotation, and now you're dead in the base with the Kunkka.
Yeah.
It sucks, man.
It's going to be rough for him. But
what are you laughing at?
Oh, nothing. Boxy. He tries to stay in the mid lane because obviously Nisha's not going to be here for a while, but he is just going to be food for Abed. Another kill. Anybody who shows up to this lane.
Yeah, look at the build, by the way. No Timber Chain. This is just purely playing off of these trees right now. And that is another reason why that Kunkka died. This extra whirling damage. No joke versus the strength heroes. Lower cooldown means a lot, as they're going to fight for the Wisdom.
Fly trying to sneak a Wisdom rune.
Yeah, this isn't very sneaky. It's not very sneaky.
No. I feel like
we got the courier.
We're now seeing, yeah, he did.
Easy clap right there. That's worth, I mean, that's what I tell my team at least, you know.
Oh, Boxy did not get the Wisdom rune on the other side. Crit must have managed to grab him with the bushwhack.
The advantage of stunning supports, the current meta.
I feel like the meta has shifted where now sometimes lanes are bringing like 2 heroes to the Wisdom rune, but then you defend your Wisdom rune by bringing your mid laner over to the Wisdom rune. It just seems like now the 7-minute brawl keeps on happening.
I mean, it is basically the most important resource outside of the power runes in the early portion of the game, to me at least. So yeah, if you want to bring the numbers, you can do it. If you feed the kill, though, it is worth more than the rune a lot of times. So
yeah.
It's a double-edged sword. Again, Boxy, though, he's just having a slowish game. Like, he still doesn't have this urn. No real kill momentum going. Shopify just stacking for Sven, who's going to clear through it faster than the PA will in terms of pace here. And Abed's off to a pretty good start, and he's going to be untouchable. So I feel like Shopify are getting what they want out of this early game, though Mike is the one recipient of a good time here, as they're going to commit a Brule just to get this PA even more kills, more XP, and shut down the Beastmaster. This PA is going to be pretty big. If they can maintain some map control through the Kunkka defending towers and just keep their side of the map up, get this PA to some items. I mean, this is a carry you can bring into the fights and help you take those tower defense engagements on the back of Ghost Ship. It's not that hard.
Let's tackle the elephant in the room, shall we? You know what I'm going to talk about here.
I mean, 10 things just came to my mind, but
Mickey has received a lot of criticism from the online community for just not being good enough at the hard carry position, right? As an active carry, he's great. but when it comes to being the hard carry in the game, he's received a lot of criticism. He definitely doesn't look as good as some of the other top professional players. This is a game where he does have to be the hard carry, and he does have to like drag his team through this, right? Like the panel was talking about the only good thing about Liquid's lineup is PA, 5-6 slotted can win the game.
And look at the aggressive Ancient Camp stealing here. You're talking about this PA carrying the game. I mean, if he doesn't get anything, and it all goes to Sven here, this is Grand Theft Ancient Deluxe. It's just out of control because you still have all these waiting for either the Beast or the Sven. Honestly, Arteezy is just playing way better than I've seen him play in a long time.
They stick around to kill Insania too. They're gonna have to dive into tier 2 if they really want this kill.
There's just no damage. There's no threat. I mean, you're looking at a 1-2-1 Jakiro and a Furion with a level 2 Sprout. That's your damage.
Yeah. Oh, it's terrible.
Is anybody afraid of anything in this game right now if you're Shopify? The answer is no, because Abed's basically in your base at 9 minutes, and Nisha can do absolutely nothing about it. So this map is going to collapse for Liquid in the next 10 minutes. I think it's pretty much guaranteed. The only question is how much can you get elsewhere in terms of rat potential? And yeah, the Midas is already coming out. I mean, Liquid's got to go. They got to go real late here, because I don't see them being able to fight for any map control. And that just means Ancient free-for-all for Shopify. You were talking about this carry matchup. I mean, that's another elephant in the room, right? How many games have we casted this year of Shopify where you're talking about a carry player not living up to expectations and it's not Arteezy?
Yeah, that's a good point. It's actually why maybe I'm so excited to watch Shopify right now is that I feel like Arteezy is playing pretty active, right?
Yes,
he just rotated into the enemy Ancient, took their Ancient, stuck around the mid lane to help get a kill, put some pressure on the mid lane. Like, I always think back to like his Razor was actually one of my favorite heroes because he would play really active around the map, and it just made Shopify look a lot different.
It's great for this team when that happens. I mean, they gave all those Ancients to the Beastmaster, right? Artur did not take any of them here, so they are spreading the wealth around and creating a really strong tricore, and now they're just going to invade wherever they want because, again, there's no threat on them right now. No damage in the tank for Liquid. Not enough XP on their supports, and this is the downside of the Kunkka with low damage supports. What's Nisha doing in this game? Who's he setting up for? X into Sprout?
That's a sick combo.
It's pretty nasty, yeah.
Well, I don't know what Liquid's going to do besides rat around the map, but saying that at 11 minutes is not a promising sign.
You got to fight around your ults. That's like the one thing they have going for them. Brew ulti plus Ghost Ship plus a macro. That's where your damage comes through. If you get all of that combined, you can kill some cores. And you can stall out what Shopify want to do, which is play to this Beastmaster and push through top lane into the jungle. They really want to defend their tier 1 top if they can for as long as possible this game. Maintain the map control in the camps for Mikke, who ideally wants to sit up here because he can't go to triangle because there's nothing there waiting for him. This is a great kill if they can snag it.
They're going to throw everything they have at it. Boat and Macropyre both being put to use here because the Primal Roar is going to come out, and that's going to give Saberlight a chance, but the Nature's Prophet ultimate comes through and does bring him down. So it took 3 ultimates, 4 heroes to be involved, but they do manage to get the kill.
And Mikke gets a Boar on top of it, so it's a lot of extra gold going in this PA, and this is a good PA game. Like, he can eventually carry this game. This is an old-school Sven matchup that's pretty favorable.
Oh, look at this fast move to the other side of the map, straight through the portal. All of these heroes. I think Liquid, recognizing their lack of damage, are just going to bring more numbers than Shopify will.
Exactly the way to do it. Abuse your ultimates off cooldown to create a teamfight threat and just bring the numbers. You're going to split
for what?
Morale, I guess.
Help!
Split for morale. This one's for you, Mikke.
I mean, when I said
I believe in you, son.
I said they're going to outnumber them. I didn't expect, like, Brewlings versus the tower.
Zai fucked that tower up. He sent it to hell and back. That sends a message.
Shopify, meanwhile, just the picture of efficiency, take the tower with no hero on this screen, just the boar.
Oh, the Hellbear helped a bit too.
A boar and a Hellbear, how about that?
I mean, Liquid stabilized this game. I actually thought Shopify would have got more out of this period, but that one Beastmaster kill into a nice rotation on Crypt Bottom. Suddenly you got this gold lead back to basically even. And again, the Sven is accelerating, but he's not gigantic compared to your PA, which is about as much as you can ask for here. You just want Mikke to keep in line here. You know, Sven is going to outfarm PA for a lot of the early game, but once you get the Battle Fury, things change. You can join these fights. Look looking for the catch, the boar block, or the tree and block, though. Super nice.
He's going to make sure the Ancients don't get stacked, but what he really wanted was to take that Wisdom Rune away. I feel like there's a mental tax playing against Nature's Prophet, where it's like you always have to worry about him teleporting in and stealing your Wisdom Rune. You have to be there every 7 minutes on the dot. You have to always have a Quelling Blade. It's just annoying, man.
That's why all the most annoying players of all time are Furion specialists.
True.
They get off on that, man. It's disgusting.
I was thinking about it. This combo specifically, Furion Jakiro. I actually got a buff a patch or two ago when then Macropyre no longer cuts down trees. And now the Sprout does damage over time.
This lineup has hidden synergy I didn't even think about.
Legitimately, the X into Sprout.
The X into Sprout is coming alive.
It's a combo, man.
It's looking pretty good.
This one little area is going to be doing so much damage.
As long as we can jam Shopify into like 2 square meters. But you know,
where's the darts here?
Honestly, if there's one team that would somehow end up with like 3 heroes and a Sprout macro, it's probably this team. Honestly. They do seem to somehow end up in weird spots in team fights, so it's not out of the question. Again, Shopify looking to build momentum in this game off the fact that Abed is invincible, and they're not finding him right now. Liquid's doing a nice job.
Spotted him, but Nisha, quick reaction, managed to get away before the Tumbler Toy hop got him the disruption initiation. Zai, this is going to be a long TP, a long TP.
What was he TP'd to?
I have no idea. It was a tower that somebody else had already TP'd to as well.
That's a sad death because he actually would have gotten out of there. Still, Zai has been able to find a decent amount of net worth here with this Midas, and he's slowly getting the levels. But yeah, this is the downside here. You're going to give a lot of map space, and it's going to be objectives for Shopify. They're going to be able to give this Aegis to whoever the hell they want.
And the best Liquid can really hope to get off of this is maybe a kill on Fly and trying to take that mid tower, though it is very healthy. They're not going to get Fly, and they're probably not going to get that tower either.
It's just so scary to push the objectives of your Liquid, because the second the Timbersaw comes, it's like, what are you doing? And then if you get caught on more, now you're bleeding kills into more map control. Whereas currently what's happening is not too bad for you, honestly. If you continue to trade farm here, you're pretty happy. Like, this is when the Timbersaw is a beast. You dodge that period, you have a Midas Jakiro. I mean, yeah, you have a
Midas.
You have a Midas Jakiro, so you're going late. I don't even hate it here, to be honest.
Disruption is going to bail him out of the X marks the spot, pull back into both Macropyre and the boat, which might have killed Crit otherwise. Instead, they just get a free kill on Insania.
So honestly, I actually think the Midas on Jakiro is fine here because, again, when is Liquid going to win this game? They're going to win this game at 40 or 50 minutes. So what is, if he buys a Veil on Jakiro, does it change anything in this game? No. So you may as well build to play for that time period. This will automatically pay off. And I think we're also going to see more Midases on supports in this meta because it's just way better on support. You die more on support than you do on core, which means the double charge has more effect overall.
Sure, yeah.
Honestly, feels good.
He's going to be gone here. No way out of this one. They're going to hold their stun on RTZ to make sure that Nisha won't ever TP away. Shopify continuing to be the bullies. Liquid really can't stand up against it.
Oh, Courier. No! Not like this.
I would argue a Force Staff might make a difference.
Yeah, well, you're not a Jakiro player.
Took a while for that one, huh?
I mean, Midas Jakiro, it's not the best support for the levels. That's the only gripe I have with it, you know? It's not like a Dark Willow or something. But you'll take what you can get here.
The new Aghanim Scepter is pretty sick, though.
Yeah, but you don't need it because they're stuck in Sprout. That's redundant.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
You gotta use every advantage you can get, man.
I did watch RTZ really struggle against Sprout with a Sven earlier.
I mean, you remember some of those games RTZ played versus Sprout. There's a lot of history.
I mean, honestly, I half expect...
Boxy's already preemptively sprouting the cliff because he knows where he's going to end up. You just check, is RTZ up there? Okay. Cliff's clear, you can keep farming. A little poke action.
Got the crit, but Mickey doesn't want to make the jump. Definitely could have gotten that kill, but would they have
I just
staying
don't know where
alive
the cores are right now.
Yeah.
In fact, a lot of Liquid's vision is in pretty decent spots, but they don't see where all Shopify are, which is just on their side of the map. If they can get the lanes in deep, these wards are going to pay off right now, but they're having issues doing it. Shopify are happy to split up. Of course, Black Dragon going to help with the lanes here until Zai beats it down with Liquor.
A drunken rage. The Brewmaster brings down the dragon. I guess they do have. One nice part about Liquid is that this all sucks and they can't do anything about it, except for they can be out on the map with PA. She's pretty sneaky at being on the enemy side of the map, thanks to Blur, and they have Furion, and I think Brewmaster is pretty decent at just kind of like barreling down lanes because he's like, whatever, I've got Primal Split.
I mean, honestly, if they don't get caught, I don't think this is too bad for them. I don't even think they feel terrible right now. Like, yeah, what's happening right now is great for Liquid, honestly. Because they have this Midas Radiance Brewmaster, and they have a pretty strong timing if they can wait out this Aegis and then take a fight. They're starting to build up some damage. If Mickey can get to one more item here, which is looking like BKB, you have a pretty decent shot to just take the fight around bursting supports and kiting out the Sven.
Is that the right item? Because you are kind of lacking in damage.
It's just such a bad Deso game. I mean, what else do you go?
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Then at the same time, yeah, it's a bad Deso game, but then
You can just
it's
go
also
Ags.
your only source of damage that you have. Ags, yeah.
I think he's worried about...
You've got some serious bonus armor problems, right?
Yes, but the thing is he's also worried about the magical burst between Timber Hoodwink for the Veil. I mean, look at this damage. It's absolutely disgusting.
Now, they do get the trade-off, manage to pick up crit with the Primal Split being used. They're going to try and chase down Saberlight as well.
Yeah, this is your Radiance fight.
Disruption, trying to buy some time until Arteezy and Abed can help out a little bit. Yeah, they just can't really seem to be able to stick on him. Zai's going to try. So Primal Split wears out, but it's not enough damage by itself. Jakiro's probably going to get caught as he tries to run away. Insania, Ice Path, and just trying to buy time.
Again, the second Abed shows up to anything, you just got to get the hell away from him. Because he is decimating Liquid. I mean, insta-kill on Nisha at the start is also not what Liquid are looking for. He's their one guy who can run in, create space and time with the Ghost Ship buff. That is the single target magical burst with the Veil that is enough to just take him down instantly. And prevents Mickey from wanting to commit in there. Doesn't want to use this BKB. I don't even think it was delivered at the very start of that box. He doesn't want to join that either. So I guess for what you commit there, considering Nisha was already dead, not the worst outcome. But again, the objectives are going to continue to fall here. And there's not much you can do about it. And it looks like Crit's eyeing more magical burst E-Blade. Ooh, I do like this on some Hoodwinks.
Yeah, that's really nice. Just, I mean, the build-up is incredibly good. Having this Ghost Scepter against the PA, who is obviously targeting him.
And look at the skill build, right? This is the new Hoodwink skill build that is viable because the Scurry is just way better.
Yep.
And so now you're just going to play off the cast range, getting in the long bushwhack, staying farther back. You have increased evasion, which is not bad here versus the Phantom Assassin either. You would have never seen this build.
No. Scurry was very much a value 1 point.
But now it's the future.
Now the times change. Theme continues for Liquid, which is this game is bad, but it could be worse.
You know what, Austin? I don't like your attitude.
Yeah, but I said it could be worse. In fact, I'm just taking the cue from you.
Well,
that's what you said.
I mean, yeah, I mean, a Dota game can always be worse.
Yeah, that's right. Nobody's broken items yet.
Yeah, I mean, outside of like a US West pub. Can't really get worse than those.
West pub.
Yeah, you have to specify US West.
Yeah. They smoke over to take the enemy Tormentor. I wonder if they thought Liquid was going to do the Tormentor. Maybe they find somebody on the Ancients or something, but no.
It's a lot of gold in the Sven's pocket here.
An extra bit of magic damage burst for crit.
Yeah, I mean, the extra Scurry cast range is also nice for this Boomerang E-Blade build, because all of it's just getting buffed up, and it's way easier to cast in the fight. Like, this spell does not have the greatest cast range for what you want to do with this hero generally, but when you buff it up, it becomes a lot better, because you want to throw it first. Like, that's the problem. The thing takes forever to go out there. It's the slowest goddamn Boomerang in the world somehow.
I always did wonder why the Boomerang spell had, like, the lowest cast range of all her abilities.
I mean, I'm convinced Valve have never seen an actual Boomerang. They had a meeting when they designed this spell, and they're like, how fast does a boomerang go?
Has fallen.
I don't know, like 5 miles an hour.
What are you, boomerang expert?
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
8,000 net worth lead for Shopify Rebellion. I mean, they're just kind of cruising. Team Liquid are scurrying around the map, trying to find what farm they can while staying away from Shopify Rebellion. Shopify, I feel like there's not really a clear timer outside of those. Just don't go like 50 minutes.
On even footing, yeah. But even then, it's not that one-sided. Like, Beast, Sven, okay, the PA has good matchups when you get the jump in, but at the same time, Beast, you have the BKB Piercing Roar, and Sven's going to give you some Warcry initially and be able to stand his ground somewhat decently. It's also a hero that can build into the Silver Edge, as we're seeing here, but also MKB if you really want it. Even Satanic. Like, it's not the most one-sided matchup, so Shopify might not be too afraid of going ultra late here if it comes down to it. Golden Roshan almost pays the price.
Yeah, that could have been a nice night. Taking away the Silver Edge.
I think once you have the Silver Edge on Artor, you want to get that skirmish going. And it's going to be really hard for Mickey to jump in and come in on target because I don't think his burst damage is high enough yet that he can just kill somebody and then like insta-blur, get out again, or that type of maneuver. He's kind of going to be locked in there, and you get stunned once. This Sven is going to four-shot you. Of course, Abed also a pretty big problem in this game, especially if you can get to what I assume will be Shivas at some point. It just seems way too good here to pass up eventually.
Yep.
Like, any armor differential you can create here on the side of Shopify is going to hurt that win condition for Liquid, even if they get there. And Artor's looking.
Get out. Gets hit by the stun. Ice Path does help out a little bit here, and they're actually going to go. What? Where was the rest of the team? I thought people were going to TP in.
They're Roshi.
Yeah, what? What was that? I thought that was like, no, I think it was a cool idea if Shopify followed through, the whole team. They catch this PA, and then they go back and finish Roshan.
That was an incredibly ambitious play. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
It's like, you guys get Roche. I'm the carry. I don't want the Roche because it's going on the Timber. I'm going to go kill their carry mid. Honestly, if he BKBs, I don't know how bad it would have been, but that's why I say ambitious. You know, he wanted to do it. He didn't want to BKB either. I respect it. Honestly, I respect it.
Do you?
Yeah, I kind of respect it. I'd rather see those plays out of Artor than
just hitting more creeps.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, what can you do? There's an invisible brewmaster. What can you do? That's probably what he said. He's like, oh, they were invis on me, guys. So
yeah, sorry, guys. I couldn't get off my BKB. The Ice Path was too fast of an ability.
I mean, he might have been invis too. You never know.
It was an invisible Ice Path. I couldn't see it.
Crit just running in here. Ghost at third. They have the X mark. I mean, Abed again, invincible here, but Mickey does not care. He's going to jump the back line.
Yeah, and they can jump on a crit after this one. Try to pop the ultimate to get over the cliff. Doesn't quite make it. Mickey.
Awful for Shopify.
Time. They see Saberlight. That's another good target to go for, but Zai and Mickey opt not to go for it. Instead, they're actually going to try and execute Abed. They get him once. Can't stick around for a second time,
though. They didn't even have to use this PA's BKB. And he's getting Desto charges. He got 6 out of that. This is everything Liquid wants, right?
Yeah.
Also, the big thing in this game is you have this Brewmaster with the Dispel. Like, that's a big thing when you're getting rid of this Warcry. You're getting rid of some of these buffs. The P is just going to go in and shred you. He went back for the Desto here. Again, this game might come down to armor differential. Liquid have some tools in the bank. Not making it so easy here, and they're starting to tank up. That Ag is done for Nisha. I don't know. I mean, you were saying this game was bad, but like, I don't know if Shopify got what they needed out of the last 15 minutes here.
Yeah, I literally think that second Roshan was supposed to be their biggest power spike on Shopify. And things have gone wrong. Now, the Primal Split, Zai is going to be able to pump himself back into regular form, but what's the use? You're going to die anyway.
Yeah, another ambitious play. A lot of ambition in this game. But hey, you got the level 20 on your PA. It's a god strength on their side of the map.
That's such a nice way to describe it.
What? Ambitious?
A lot of ambition in this game here.
Well, what's the alternative?
Played like dog shit. That's what it is.
Another move that I don't understand to any degree here by a world-class player inside.
No, that was weird. Shopify still up to 6K gold lead though. And we do have the X on the Jakiro, so the Midas paid off. He's got that big pure damage. You hold these heroes in, now the BKBs aren't as effective.
I mean, now the macro's holding you inside the Sprout instead of the other way around.
Yeah, true. Keeping you inside of that deadly Sprout radius, doing 32 damage a second.
See if Shopify can get to the next round of items, but I feel like right now momentum is actually on Liquid's side. They can continue to start the fights on their terms, and it's another solo target. You're gone. Like, you are not invincible anymore, son. 8-0. Wasn't there another game Abed was 8-0 and then he died mid in almost that exact spot, and the whole game changed on his Storm Spirit? They ended up winning that game, but getting poked.
Now the Aghanim's Scepter done for the PA.
I mean, Liquid are...
Cross. I can't believe Shopify's.
Yeah, that was...
Gotta get out of here.
That was bold. I'm surprised they didn't get caught, honestly. They had a 5v4 there. Still, Shopify just playing way more aggressive than I've seen them in a long time. They just don't give a damn anymore.
Think they reached a low enough point that they just said...
Yeah, honestly, sometimes it happens. Like, you know, you become a zombie team, and you're like, whatever. Just drag people down with us.
I've heard you use this term before. Only off-broad was zombie team. What is it? Explain to the viewer what is a zombie team. Well, we're gonna watch Crit probably die here. No way out.
More Deso charges. And Ag's done for Mickey. This PA is online. 5-0. They haven't been able to find him once. He is cruising. This game is shifting fast. The zombie not looking too hot.
So what is the zombie team?
What's a zombie team?
Yeah.
I mean, the zombie team is just a... I mean, I don't want to say it now because it sounds bad in the context of this game. I'm saying they're not a zombie team.
Yeah.
They were.
Okay.
But after this tournament, they've come back to life.
Explain it in the context of your own experience.
Okay, I generally think a zombie team is just a team that's like, it's basically already disbanded. Everybody knows they're disbanded. They're just running out the clock. But then you get a second breath of life because everyone's like, well, you know, we're already going to disband, so screw it. Let's just play some Dota. And then you start playing better because the pressure's off.
Wait, when did you experience this?
Wait, why did I say it had anything to do with my...
Because it adds some empathy if you talk about your own experience.
No, I'm not adding any empathy. I just see it in other teams. We've all seen them. Everybody watching knows. They know what I'm talking about.
You know what we're talking about.
Yeah. Everybody has their own, too. It's not an objective thing, you know?
Way you make it sound like, though, it's a team thing. Like, they, within their own...
Yeah, but I'm saying, okay, so every Dota fan thinks a different team is a zombie team, you know? Some people think Nigma's a zombie, some people think Shopify's been a zombie team, you know? I'll leave it up to them to decide. It's only when you get bit that you really know.
Zombie apocalypse,
That's right.
Dota teams.
But I think a lot of people felt that about Shopify. Like, they were running out the clock. You know, is this team going to show up ever again? And, hey, they're showing up.
Oh, Primal Split gets off. Now, the Brewlings don't really stand very well against this Sven, but he did get off the Cyclone pretty damn quickly. Crit's going to be caught here by Boxy, slowing him down to let the Brewlings catch up. He's going to come back from that disruption, surrounded.
I mean, Nikkei's just throwing daggers right now. This fight's getting stalled out. He's ready to pounce.
Yeah, what is he going to pounce on?
He's looking at these big
He
boys.
jumps on Abed. I did not expect that to be.
He almost got the
he
roar.
managed to blur away the Primal Roar. It does go off now, but the BKB was activated just in time. The Macro Pyre does a bit of damage. Abed's going to have to get out of here, while Saberlight is going to be sliced and diced by Mickey's PA.
That's
dropping a gem.
2 more Desos, another gem, and they're going to get the Timber Saw.
They got Abed anyway. Still has that cheese.
Actually, are they going to kill him?
I think he's going to be okay simply because their heroes are a little bit too far away.
He's trying to pull out all the moves. There's just no long Timber chains. He just didn't have the angles. I don't think you want to cheese this thing. Yeah, they're just gone. He's
okay.
Yeah, he's turning into a Phantom Assassin game. Sometimes you just can't touch this hero, and Shopify have not been able to touch Mickey once. That was about as close as it came with the Blink Roar attempt from Saberlight. That's the problem with this hero with Ags with Blur. It's just such an obnoxious spell to try and get through.
Oh, and now he's going to find Artur.
No
they have the detection from Boxy. They do. He teleports in, pops the dust. Artur does not have BKB, and he has no way out of this one. No allies nearby, nothing. This game has completely turned. Team Liquid are now clearly in the driver's seat because we've hit that point that the panel alluded to. We talked about it at the very start. If the PA can get to a point where you're 5 slotted, 6 slotted, which he is,
Radiant's middle tower has
And this
PA
is
can
with
take over.
some of the armor coming out. Like, you had the Shivas on the Timber, you're closing on AC for Saberlight. PA's just way too strong, and now you have a base ward from Boxy that's going to scout out potential jumps here from Mickey. You know they're going to jump because 2 cores are dead.
Yeah,
Really
anybody
gotta be
shows
careful.
themselves, they could just dive into tier 4s, no problem. In fact, Boxy's gonna hop out to go on a fly in the back lines. Mickey will help with that one, quickly eliminating him, going back for the kill on a crit that they started on. Now both supports are dead, and Shopify are continuing to run on fumes.
This hero's so dumb sometimes.
Which
Honestly.
one? Furion or PA?
Yeah, the fact you don't know what I'm talking about speaks to the quality here. I mean, it's the Phantom Assassin, right?
Yeah.
This hero just 1v5s games. I think it's like the only carry right now that I view as it might actually just 1v5 game. That's pretty much what happened here. Not that the rest of Liquid played bad, but you know, this was the PA show, and you were calling out Mickey. They get flat.
I wasn't
When's he gonna
calling
show
him out,
up?
I was calling him up.
Oh, don't use my phrase against me. He showed up, right?
Yeah,
This
he did.
is-
10-0-6, didn't die a single time.
This is the last pick power of a Phantom Assassin. In a meta where these carries are getting first picked, Liquid opting for last pick here, you got to make it work. I mean, it's about as good as it gets, right? That's another question, though. Like, should have they gotten this PA so late?
Yeah, I
Right.
feel like it's one of the only answers I've seen
Yes.
repeatedly beat Sven.
And also in a situation where, like, they need a carry that's going to 1v5 the game.
Yeah.
You know, there's certain carries that can do that, like a Phantom Lancer in certain metas, Tinker sometimes. In this meta, it's probably PA, but hey, you're going to learn at this game and come back stronger, but the game's not over yet. Satanic done for the Sven, so a bit more man-fighting power for Artur if he ends up in that situation. Liquid can play the lanes. Bottom lane's pushing in for them right now. You have to find the Phantom Assassin.
God,
Can you find the Phantom
strong.
Assassin?
You get so close to him, but it still doesn't pop. Saberlight
Just can't see anything,
trying
man.
to find anything out of this one, but will be stalled up. And now the dagger games begin. Mickey
Look how close he is.
pulling
Like,
him out. Yep.
what are you supposed to do? You don't have a jump hero. It's just the Timber going in with the Shivas. But Abed basically has to guess where Mickey is and just pop right on top of him, and even then he's going to blink out.
Bottom lane is a nuisance. They've
Oh,
got
yeah.
level 25 on the PA now. They're going to go back for Roshan. Shopify have gotten every Roshan of this game so far. It's the 3rd Rosh of the game, so there's a lot of things there, but this is a Liquid team that is now ready to contest.
I mean, Boxy's taking your tier 4s right now. You are on a pretty hard clock here, especially if you end up in a bad fight.
And they will get the 3rd Roshan.
The Aegis?
But the fight?
The Aegis?
Aegis
Okay.
still out there. They're going to give it to Abed. Abed. He starts jumping forward, trying to get that vision
The drone's
on the PA
dying.
to help out Saberlight. Yes, the tier 4's already gone. They have to go back, and that's why Zai is just trying to stop as many heroes as possible with these Brewlings. They're going to leave Abed behind. The man with the Aegis may just get ruined. He's going to be pulled back in, surrounded by 5 heroes. Nothing the Crit can do about this one. He's got to go back. They do manage to kill Boxy inside the base, but again, no big advantage being kept out of that Roshan.
You say it like they managed to kill Boxy. I hope they get Boxy out of that. They just abandoned everything for it. Lost 2 tier 4s, lost the Aegis. So they got a Cheese and a Furion. That's it.
I mean, that Furion does have Blink Dagger, so, you know.
It's true.
Half expected him to be gone by the time they TP
I guess
back.
you could argue it was a spiritual boost, but... And they have 2 cheeses now. And a refresher shard, so you're saving up for the big last base defense here.
He's saving up for the double block of G's.
I mean, also this refresher shard is pretty big. Like, double everything on Sven. It might give you enough to fight through this. It is only 1 life on the Phantom Assassin if you can ever catch him.
I mean,
Big streak to get.
have we seen a fight where he's like, he runs out of his God Strength duration?
No, but
No.
double BKB, double Satanic.
Yeah.
Okay, Mickey in.
Okay, nice
see him.
disruption. Primal Roar, where is it? Saberlight is trying to get there. BKB, but he lost sight with the blur. He goes back in, and he's going to kill Saberlight before anything can go off. Oh, no. Now, Boxy showed up in the back lines, and Arteezy will very easily get that kill, sure, but the one support is all they're getting out of this. Meanwhile, they're about to be Megas with the throne still exposed.
And Artur knows he needs to beat MKB. He just can't get there. Did pop the Refresher Shard, but again, they cannot get the Phantom Assassin. Finally, they're on top of him.
Can they actually bring him down, though? Cutting him through the trees. Mickey, they're trying to help him out. He got to blink away. Oh, no. That was their one chance to be able to kill him. They've missed out on that opportunity now with their BKBs. Down the wild ride that is Mr. Kunkka's Water Park is going to force Shopify Rebellion to call GG. And Mickey, again, been criticized a lot. Can this guy hard carry?